got arrested for...
Along the way, he chose to live a double life.
I was just praying, and I was actually, for the first time, really surrendering myself to just God's will.
Welcome to another story from the Story Truck. These stories happen completely randomly. And for this story, we were in California, and this entire episode was a technological nightmare for me. I'll explain more about that later, but the stories were amazing, including this one.
Hi there. How's it going? Good. Good. I'm Todd. I'm from a TV show called The Story Truck, and we want to put you on television. Okay. Well, that's simple. It's that easy. It's actually, I should probably explain more, huh?
I explained some more, and Daniel Patterson had compassion on some strangers standing out in the rain.
Born and raised here?
No, I was born in Kalamazoo, Michigan.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so pretty far.
It's now been 13 years since Daniel's dad decided one day that he needed to pack up his family and move across the country.
I think he started out at the church as like a youth pastor, and he kind of had a calling from God to move all the way over to California, where he went to like a seminary to become a pastor.
May the God of hope fill you with all joy and peace as you trust him. Why? So that you may overflow with hope.
So that made Daniel what is affectionately known as the PK, pastor's kid.
But my whole life, I was kind of like a little difficult. It's just because, everyone's like kind of watching you, and you have to live up to some kind of standard, I think. I don't know.
And Daniel did not like that pressure. As a matter of fact, he chose a different path.
It kind of made me want to not be like that kind of person that people expected you to be.
Somewhere along the way, he chose to live a double life and to keep some things secret from his parents.
Daniel says he started hanging out with the wrong crowd just to fit in. But then he got in trouble.
It was 2 or 3 years ago. I got in trouble, got arrested for petty theft. And so that was kind of a rude awakening.
And it was a chance for Daniel to think back on everything he learned growing up and decide to change his life.
The whole reason why I didn't go deeper into that kind of stuff was because I was just praying, and I was actually, for the first time, really surrendering myself to just God's will.
Last year when I married Dan, I knew that us together, we could glorify God more. And he's helping us do that.
Sarissa went to high school with Daniel, and she says she too was on the wrong path, but eventually found it completely unfulfilling.
I was a cheerleader, I was on leadership, and there were just things that only my friends knew.
And it was fun back then, right?
It was fun, yeah. It was fun back then.
But was it really?
No. It's kind of like you put on this mask to kind of be in the in crowd, and you do things that you think that you like, and then you grow up and life happens, and you know that there's more to life than that.
When Daniel started to date Sarissa, he brought her to church and was still living this double life. So he was struggling between doing the things he knew he ought to do and yet being inconsistent in that. But one of the good choices he made was to bring Sarissa, his girlfriend, into his family's life.
And now Daniel and Sarissa are hoping to bless other people's lives through foster care.
If God wants to give us foster children, children that come from broken homes and neglect and abuse, and they want to give them to me, hey, I'll take them.
It's awesome to think that some little child who is lacking a normal mother-father relationship is going to experience Sarissa as a mom and Daniel as a dad.
For me, I kind of want to be that person for whoever is out there lost in whatever way it is, for the kids or for the parents.
Yeah, he's a leader among young men. So sometimes when we fall flat on our face and do those things that would shame our grandmother or our mom or dad, God can work that for the good.
It's just how our life is right now. It's so beautiful.
So Dan and Sarissa, just a young newlywed couple with dreams of becoming foster parents. It's one thing to talk about that, but would it really happen? We actually updated this story years later to see what really happened. And yeah, they went through the foster parent program and then were able to adopt. And can you guess how many kids they might have now? 11. They are parents to 11 kids, and those 11 kids have incredible, faithful, amazing parents. This episode, like I mentioned, was a technological mess for me. We shot it all, had it on one hard drive. I learned after that, back it up 2 or 3 times. Going through the airport, and the TSA person wanted to see this hard drive and put it in the little bin that moves. As soon as it started moving, bam, hard drive fell over. All the data lost. I sent it to data recovery service. They couldn't do anything. So we had to go back and sort of walk through how the episode played out. But fortunately, Dan and Sarissa's interviews survived, which was a huge blessing. If you like that story, please give it a like, subscribe to the channel so we can keep it growing, and hit the bell so that you'll be notified of the next amazing random story that comes up.